Welcome to Inside Track with Bruce Ash and Ed Wilkinson on the Live the Dream Media Network.
It's termite season.
Hi, it's me.
And bugs fear the blue trucks from Essential Pest Control. Go blue at Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. And stop paying too much to that national provider. Buy local for great service and affordable rates. Call Essential Pest Control because termites fear the blue.
Run for your life.
Call for the blue trucks from Essential Pest Control. 886-3029. That's 886-3029. Or check online at essentialpest.com.
This is Ed Wilkinson with Wilkinson Wealth Management, where we manage money for gun owners. What does it mean to retire comfortably and remain comfortably retired? It means designing a plan that allows you to do the things you want to do, outpace inflation, and never run out of money in your lifetime. If you want to retire comfortably and remain comfortably retired, call me, Ed Wilkinson, at 777-1911. That's 777-1911 or WilkinsonWealthMGMT.com.
I'm proud to welcome my good friends at Tucson Iron and Metal Retail to Inside Track as an advertiser. Jamie Kipper and her staff are conservation experts. They sell round and square steel tubing, metal plate and roofing materials, as well as new and used steel, aluminum, and stainless steel to ranchers, artists, interior designers, roofers, as well as you do-it-yourselfers out there. Tucson Iron and Metal Retail is open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. Tucson Iron and Steel Retail, 701 East 36th Street. Call 520-209-1576. That's 520-209-1576, or go to TucsonIronRetail.com. Come by and be sure to ask for Jamie. Tucson Iron and Steel Retail. This is what conservation and repurposing is all about.
Hello, everybody, and a very pleasant good morning to you wherever you may be. Ed Wilkinson coming to you live and in color from the Ultra Luxe Essential Pest Studio, along with my good buddy, Chris DeSimone.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
In a few minutes, we're going to hear from John Catsimatidis, the grocery store icon, and about New York and what's going on in the election there with the anti-Semite mayoral candidate, Zoran Mondami. Later in the show, we're going to talk with Shelley joining us live, over Zoom or whatever we're doing this week, about the upcoming elections and what's going on politically right here in southern Arizona.
I love it.
Yeah, let me try and get a hold of this guy.
Calling in DeSimone out of the bullpen I'm honored to be here, Ed Wilkinson.
Hang on just a second here.
You're texting our supermarket tycoon?
Yeah.
So it's interesting you said that this guy owns Gristedes, which is one of D'Agostino's supermarkets in New York, because growing up, it no longer exists. They blew it up and turned it into a Whitestone Savings Bank later. But there used to be a Gristedes. I grew up with a Gristedes in my neighborhood in New York.
Nice.
And it'd been there for years. It probably started there from the 60s, 60s or 70s, probably 70s.
Okay.
And then they blew it up 18 years later for a bank. But Gristedes is part of my childhood.
That's great. I love New York City. I could never live there, but I love.
I don't want to move back.
I go there every October for a conference. Great time. The food is outstanding. There's nowhere you can't go and get good food in New York City in any single block you're in.
That's your boy. He's coming in.
Oh, thank God.
You're fine. And then, also you can get the cuisine from any country on the planet Earth can be found in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the great steakhouses there that I like is a place called Gallagher's.
Oh, okay.
It's just an old, stereotypical steakhouse. Hey, John.
He's coming. There he is.
I love Gallagher's.
John
is one of the best restaurants I know.
I'm going to be out in New York the end of October. I'm sorry, the early part of October. Let's get together. Gallagher's on me.
No. When I come to Arizona, food is on you. When you come to New York, the food is on me.
I look forward to it. John Catsimatidis, great guy, self-made billionaire, born in Greece, came to the United States when you were, 6 months old?
6 months old, and I remember when I was 6 years old, I went down to the State Department and had to swear allegiance to the United States of America.
God bless you. That is great. So here's this guy, self-made, worked in a grocery store, got a congressional nomination to West Point, but chose to study electrical engineering at New York University instead.
And they were throwing pies at me at New York University when I put on my ROTC uniform.
I understand that. I was when I had my ROTC uniform.
It was 1968. It was the prime time for Vietnam.
What university did you go to, John?
NYU, Uptown campus.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes total sense.
John, what the hell is going on with this New York mayoral race?
The communists are coming.
And they're not even hiding yet.
This guy, the Z-Man, Zorro. He has a great personality. He has a great smile. But so did Fidel Castro. I was in Cuba. I saw him. And then you go to the supermarkets and you feel nothing's on the shelf. And look, this is a joke. Remember Andrew Yang?
Yes.
Well, Zoram is the Andrew Yang of 2025. I mean, I hopefully he fizzles out because he is a created person. You know what I mean by created? AOC.
AOC was a created
organization in New York. There's an organization that's called, I think it was Young Turks or something like that. And they interview 500 people, and they find the perfect actor, the perfect person that doesn't have any background problems, and the person with a good smile and a good sales talk. AOC was created. So is Zoram. He's created person, and he's conning New Yorkers. Conning, it's catchy. I'm coughing too, and he's conning New Yorkers, and it's a big con game. Hey, don't pay for your subway fares. Don't pay for your bus fares. We're going to give you free food. We're going to give you no rent increases. I mean,
$30 an hour.
You should see the best the federal government has with NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority. Guess what? There's 800,000 people in there. Only half of them, maybe half of them, are paying the rent. How do you run an operation with only 50% of the people paying the rent? I mean, if nobody pays the subways, nobody pays the bus, nobody pays the rent, at what point does it go? How did they say it on Hogan's Heroes? Machine kaput.
Yeah. I got to tell you, in Tucson, we've got a problem with the free buses, and all the homeless are busy using the buses to get around and get away from the stores that they basically go in and take stuff off the rack and leave.
Well, I mean, free buses, if it's air conditioned or in the summertime, it's a good place to go sleep.
And they do more than that.
So, John, my name's Chris. We're helping out with Eb today. Nice to meet you today, sir.
Chris, where are you? Arizona too?
I'm right next. I'm sitting on the other side of the table. Originally from New York. My dad had a business at the Brooklyn Terminal Market in Canarsie for years, and lived in Williston Park, where there was a Gristedes, where I grew up, believe it or not. Then they blew it up and turned it into a bank. But I was in New York over the holidays. And I know they were complaining about the big thing that was they're going to charge you extra money to drive into Manhattan and all these things. Just tell us.
When you live below 61st Street, I had Greg Kelly on this morning. I was doing the Sid Rosenberg show from 6 a.m. I was working from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. this morning, 4 hours. And I had Greg Kelly on, was on for 2 of those hours.
Yep.
Greg lives on 61st Street. He says, I can't escape. If I zig, I pay $9. If I zag, I pay $9.
Right.
I said, Greg, I apologize. They're drinking your blood. Let me tell you, it's an old Greek expression, drinking your blood, because if they drink enough blood, you're not going to exist anymore.
So talk about the road to the Zohan guy. Talk about the last 10 years of New York politics that we even got to. Even yes, I agree that he's a created artifice of a candidate.
Yeah, he answered a casting call.
Right, but New York had to be ready to. A critical amount of New Yorkers had to be ready to vote for him.
Andrew Cuomo ran in the Democratic primary. 8 socialists, or 7 socialists ran against him. And they had what they call ranked choice voting that was created by the Democratic Party. And ranked choice voting, nobody really understands. Governor Patterson works with us at WABC, and he's in the store. And I said, you understand ranked choice voting? No, I don't understand ranked choice voting. They created it. And when you have 1 moderate and 7 socialists, they ganged up on him, and he lost the primary. And that's what happened. And he felt, oh, I'm Andrew Cuomo. I've been governor for 12 years. The Democrats are going to vote for me. But that day of election day, we had Arizona weather. It was 102 degrees. So I guess the common sense people stayed home, and they did not vote for Andrew Cuomo.
So we've got this crazy guy. He's anti-business, anti-law enforcement, anti-Semite. He wants to.
Right. I had Angelo Vivolo from the Columbus Club. Vivolo from the Columbus Club, you know him.
Yes.
And he, the Z-Man, gave the finger to all Italians. So you got the Jews are against him. The Italians are against him. How do you feel? How does he feel about the Greeks? Well, una faccia, una razza. I side with the Italians.
Yeah. So, with Cuomo deciding to stay into the election along with Curtis Lewa, how does this end?
Well, I've told the president that because the president is very, very much concerned about New York. It was his home for many years, and he wants to make sure New York is safe. He wants to make sure New York is going in the right direction. That Eric Adams, the current mayor, who is allowing Tom Homan, our border czar, to come in and clean up the streets of all the criminals. Because President Biden, I don't know why, or the people, whoever was running the White House, allowed, I believe in immigration. What's my expression? Immigration, yes. Invasion, no. Why was he bringing in the criminals? Why was he bringing in murderers? Why was he bringing in drug pushers? Why was he bringing in
human trafficking?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. So these people are hiding right now because Tom Homan, if he gets them, if the feds get them, they don't have to worry about Albany because Albany is crazy, which is our capital. They go directly to Guantanamo, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Which
is what should be done. So Does Cuomo stand a chance in this upcoming election?
I told the president, and I don't know what he's going to do, and that let's wait till September 15th. So that's 8 weeks from now. Let's see who the real players are. Curtis Lewa is running as a Republican. He's not going anywhere. I'd rather have him on WABC. He worked for WABC for 30 years.
Wow.
But the Democratic Party has a problem amongst themselves, and the Democratic Party has to solve it, and it has to be one person running.
How does the Jewish leadership in the Democratic Party agree to back this guy, Zor Mondami, whatever the hell his first name is? The Z-Man. How do they agree to
how many Jews backed Hitler in 1931 or 32? I mean, they have a certain segment of the Jewish community that is nuts. You know, even
Absolutely.
Alan Dershowitz was on my Alan Dershowitz, the professor from Harvard, was on my show 2-3 times a week. He says they're nuts, and now the key item that you got to look at, the Working Families Party, a C4 organization, and I told I told the majority leader Steve Scalise last night. They're collecting money. They got $50 million collected in that C4 corporation, undisclosed, where the money is coming from. And Soros has put in 25 or 37. There's two different numbers going around. The other guy is a Chinese guy that's an American citizen, and it's going into people are rumoring, and they're saying that the Chinese are also giving him money because he lives in Singapore, or not Singapore, I forget, Shanghai, and they're funneling money into that corporation, and that corporation they put, $50 million is chump change
It
for
is.
foreign governments, and they're gonna buy New York. They're going to buy $100 billion budget, $100 billion to do what they want to. I mean, this is highway robbery.
And this is why all these millionaires are leaving New York. And this is why the businesses are leaving New York. And this is why Dallas, Texas is going to be the new New York Stock Exchange. You've got.
Well, Florida says, come on down. Texas saying, come on down. Even the people in Tennessee are saying, come on down.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Who are the other leftist groups that are supporting this crackhead?
Oh, there's the teachers union. Oh my God. You know what I said? The Teamsters, 90% of the Teamsters voted common sense and Donald Trump against their leadership. The teachers union is going for the Z-Man. You can't, there's no common sense. What are they going to do? Teach them how to be better socialists?
Jesus.
It's horrible what they're doing to our kids.
What needs to happen at the general election to keep the what forces, what groups need to show up at the election day?
I think all the Jews have to show up. I think all the Italians have to show up. I think all the Irish have to show up. I think all the Greeks have to show up. All common sense people have to show up and say, enough is enough. We're not going to take this crap.
Yeah, we need the Sicilians to show up earlier than that. So
they take no prisoners. My son married a Sicilian girl.
God bless him.
I have a friend who's a Greek Sicilian, and she's a little stubborn, just a little bit. So
just a little bit.
So
remember the words. Take no prisoners.
So talk about the pro-business groups out there that are doing what they can to.
Well, the New York City Partnership had a big meeting yesterday with Zoran. Or was it yesterday or today? And a lot of the high-end corporate guys like Jamie Dimon refused to go.
Wow. That's just.
So, that's why I'm saying this guy might be the Andrew Yang of 2025. Andrew Yang was the most popular guy. He was number one. And all of a sudden, poof, gone.
And they're not even hiding it, John. They are not hiding it. AOC came out. She's a Democratic Socialist. Bernie Sanders, was a Democratic Socialist from the beginning. At least he never lied about it. All these other people were keeping it undercover until now. And so now you've got Bernie Sanders, multimillionaire, going around the country on private jets on his fighting oligarchy tour. And yet these are the guys who are the oligarchs to begin with.
Well, what you're doing is, I remember when Fidel Castro went down and said, Batista's no good. I'm going to come into Havana and give everybody distribute the money that the billionaires or whatever, who was millionaires at that time without inflation, the millionaires have. And guess what? Fidel became the boss along with his people. They got the money, and the people are still starving.
Yeah, and mark my words, Mondami gets in, everybody's going to flee New York. It's going to become a rat hole once again.
Well,
Look what happened in Detroit. Look what happened in Chicago. Look what happened in San Francisco. New York is on the hit parade of foreigners destroying our cities, and we're going to stop them. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Well, I'm in. Let me know what we can do here to help you.
Well, carry the message and let the people know what the heck is going on, because if we lose New York, you're next.
There's no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. Hey, John, thanks.
Who's the Democrat that won the congressional election in Arizona last night?
Oh, that was
Adelita Grijalva won the primary. She's absolutely one of the worst Democrats on the face of the earth. Still
corrupt.
Well, I hope you guys beat her. You have your own mission.
Oh, we do. And real quick, did Schumer endorse the Z-Man? Or what has he done?
I think he did. I don't think the governor endorsed yet.
Okay.
And let's see how things sort themselves out. You know, my friend Bill Clinton, I love Bill Clinton. He was one of the common sense guys. He's got a conflict right now. You know what his conflict is?
What's that?
Huma, chief of staff to Hillary, married Alex Soros.
Well, after she had to dump Carlos Danger, but that's true. Correct.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Another WABC employee.
John, it's great talking to you. Want to have you on again. Let's keep in touch.
Anytime. Stay in touch.
I'll be out there.
Let's fight for America.
Sounds good. Thanks, John.
John, a pleasure.
And we've got to go to our bottom of the hour break and pay some bills. We'll be right back.
It's termite season.
Hi, it's me.
And bugs fear the blue trucks from Essential Pest Control. Go blue at Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. And stop paying too much to that national provider. Buy local for great service and affordable rates. Call Essential Pest Control because termites fear the blue.
Run for your life.
Call for the blue trucks from Essential Pest Control. 886-3029. That's 886-3029. Or check online at essentialpest.com.
This is Eb Wilkinson with Wilkinson Wealth Management, where we manage money for gun owners. What does it mean to retire comfortably and remain comfortably retired? It means designing a plan that allows you to do the things you want to do, outpace inflation, and never run out of money in your lifetime. If you want to retire comfortably and remain comfortably retired, call me, Eb Wilkinson, at 777-1911. That's 777-1911 or WilkinsonWealthMGMT.com.
I'm proud to welcome my good friends at Tucson Iron and Metal Retail to Inside Track as an advertiser. Jamie Kipper and her staff are conservation experts. They sell round and square steel tubing, metal plate and roofing materials, as well as new and used steel, aluminum, and stainless steel to ranchers, artists, interior designers, roofers, as well as you do-it-yourselfers out there. Tucson Iron and Metal Retail is open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. Tucson Iron and Steel Retail, 701 East 36th Street. Call 520-209-1576. That's 520-209-1576. Or go to TucsonIronRetail.com. Come by and be sure to ask for Jamie. Tucson Iron and Steel Retail. This is what conservation and repurposing is all about.
Welcome back to Inside Track. Eb's here. Bruce is at his conclave out in Coronado. And we've got our good buddy, Chris DeSimone, sitting in.
My pleasure.
And,
pleasure to be here.
Somewhere. Oh, there she is. Hi, Shelley. And we can't hear Shelley.
We're going to make it. I got you. We got you.
Oh, there we are.
How about now?
Shelley, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. What the hell is going on in politics right now?
A lot. It's a pretty exciting time. We had a pretty exciting election yesterday. I was out in Guvo district,
Wow.
down, yeah, far away, definitely far away. We had 15 voters. So it wasn't a real exciting election in CD7, but Adelita Grijalva was crowned, and Daniel Gutierrez received the Republican nod. So game's on now till September 23rd.
So was this like towards Hawaii, Arizona?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you go out toward Y, you turn left and go down toward the border about 12 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it was something. It was really exciting driving home in the storms.
Yeah.
I
So
bet.
you've got Pima County, 1.1 million, 5 times the population of Yavapai County, which is a predominantly red county. And unfortunately,
Yavapai.
as hard as Yavapai, Cochise, and Mojave work to keep Arizona red, Pima is going to screw this thing up.
Well,
Well,
that summarizes it. There you have it.
it's still a plus 40 district to start our day off, right?
Oh, you mean just CD7?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, CD7 for sure. It's a plus 40 district with a ton of money. The Democrats have a ton of money. Daniel Hernandez came in with $1 million. Grijalva came in with $1 million. I always want to call her Deja Vu because I think she's going to be. I
Yeah.
think we're going to see her again. But Deja Fox came in with what, 600,000 or something like that.
Yep.
So there's a lot of money coming into the CD7 district. We have not a lot of money for our Republican candidates. But I think the thing, let's move past this, because if I were to make a prediction today, I'm going to tell you on September 23rd, Adelita Grijalva is going to win. She's going to go to Congress on the 24th. She's going to get sworn in. She's going to serve out the rest of her father's term. Now, the key is what happens in November of 26. And I think that's what we all need to be looking for. A couple of things could happen. The Democrats could throw their hands up in the air and say, it's Adelita, everybody else stay out. Daniel, you got money from outside the district. You kind of get the Washington big money. We're going to find you a job at some think tank. Off you go. Deja, you're a young, exciting gal. We're going to have you go work with AOC and Mamdani or whatever his name is. So off you go. And we're just going to grant this to Adelita Grijalva. Personally, I think that's the best thing that could happen to us in 26, because Grijalva is going to get out the machine. It won't take too much, and she's not going to drive out the Democrat vote. If we get Deja Fox in this and we have some competition, and I can't imagine that Hernandez would get back in it, but if he did, then their machines go to work. And when their machines go to work, they drive out the Democrat vote. And that's going to hurt us no matter what Mojave, Yavapai, Cochise, no matter what they do, that's going to hurt us in the long run.
So what do we do for getting out the vote efforts and things like that?
You mean, what is the party? What are we supposed to do?
Okay, good point. What are we supposed to do?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be out there. First off, let's separate it. Our campaigns are supposed to be raising money. They're supposed to be buying time on OTT. They should be coming to Live the Dream Media. They should be talking to you guys about getting their message out. They should be doing mailers, which I'm guessing you guys can do as well. So they should be doing mailers. They should be knocking on doors. They should be raising money. Right now, if Daniel Gutierrez is either on a plane to Washington, D.C. or at a phone dialing for dollars, we're in trouble. That's what he needs to be doing. And then they need to get his name out all over the place.
Is there
the
really
party?
Shelley, excuse me. Would there be appetite in the DC people to say we're going to throw real money at Daniel Gutierrez and a plus 40D in a special election?
No, but I'm trying to be polite.
Gotcha. All right. Just want to make sure.
So
No.
how does Adelita not keep this seat forever?
Redistrict.
Oh, Adelita keeps the seat until 2031.
Okay.
When we redistrict, we need to, and that's what we need to be thinking about right now. So you ask, what should the party be doing? The party should be thinking about the redistricting in 2030. The administration should be thinking about making sure that when we do the census, we only count U.S. citizens. And that really hurts her if we do that, because we're going to be able to redistrict. So we need to be playing chess right now. So we need to be focusing on that. And then we need to be getting out the vote. We need to be out there knocking on doors, making phone calls, going to meetings and meeting people. And then the other thing that, as precinct committeemen, that we need to be doing is we need to be learning the issues. So I'm in LD19. I have a big advantage. I have a Republican senator and 2 Republican legislators, Gowan, Griffin, and Diaz. By the way, I might add that Lupe Diaz had one of the highest scores in the legislature in conservative voting. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, it just came out yesterday. I can send that to you. He did a really good job. Gowan and Griffin are great, solid legislators for us. And so when we have a legislative District 19 meeting, the 3 of them take the mic and walk us through, and then they take our questions. So we said to them, what the heck happened with the budget? And so one of the things we asked at our meeting last week is, what are the names of the 4 legislators who did not attend and caused the budget chaos? And so we got them. So, I mean, we're learning the issues. Pardon?
Who did not attend?
So it was Gress. It was, oh gosh, I should have thought about that. I don't have it in front of me, but it was Gress. Help me out here, Chris. Do you know them?
I don't know off the top of my head, girl. Sorry.
All right. Well, I will text them to you when we get off the air today, Chris, and you can lead with that tomorrow morning.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So do we basically write off that district until 2031? Don't spend any capital, political or dollar-wise?
You know what? It's a great opportunity for Daniel Gutierrez to get a lot of name ID if there's something that he'd like to do other than maybe run for Congress. But it's a heavy lift. I know part of the thinking at this point is that if we can get all these Republicans to come out and vote, that we're going to kind of scare them off a little bit. Well, I'm looking at the numbers right here, and when I take a look at this, let's see, we've got 38,781 Democrats came out and 10,800 Republicans came out.
Wow.
So if I'm here, these are the results, the most recent results that I've seen. So if that's the results, we're 3-1 here. If I'm a Democrat, I'm not scared. But nonetheless, we need to get our candidates. It's a great proving ground. And remember, in politics, it's not just running for Congress. I mean, we've got all kinds of opportunities for people to serve within the Republican Party, to serve within appointments to, I don't know, fire boards, school boards, getting elected. I mean, we've got an opening for a school board seat right here in Continental that we'll be selecting someone. Applications due by August 1st. There's always opportunities. And so running for office is, it's a great way to get your name out there and get some practice.
So you said 3-1, 30,000 to 10,000. How many Republicans are there registered in that district?
So I can pull that up while we're talking. It's not real high. When we look at the Republicans, let's see, all active Republicans. So one of the things that we want to talk about, okay, so here we go. District 7, District 7 has 100, and this is just Pima County, by the way. I'm just looking at Pima County. 110,000 Democrats, 54,000 Republicans, and then 92,000 others.
So if we could get 40,000 of those Republicans to get out and vote, we could have won that.
Yeah.
So in the end, what happens is when you get to the actual on-year elections, because there's going to be a lot of other close races, no way in hell would anyone spend money on a plus 40 D district. That's the problem, right? Daniel could never, whoever runs is never going to get any sort of support from anybody. Even if you went to the big donors, you went to a clique or somebody and say, hey, this is a plus 40 D, blah, blah, blah. We got other things we got to win. Right.
You know what? Most of our large donors are business people, and they look at the risk. They assess the risk. And if you come to me and say it's a plus 40 Democrat, and it isn't somebody who's really got some name ID, it's not a good risk. I tried to get Jim Click to run for mayor, but he doesn't live in the city.
So I got a quick question. So we've had this, post 20 election. We all went through the fracturing of the Republican Party, Rhino, not Rhino, MAGA purity, all these things. Then we had Trump's victory last year. You had key angry people lose their elections, and it seemed like it tamped down a little bit especially down here. All right. So now I want to get your take on going into the 2026 elections, right? Where it starts with Andy and KTR running against each other in this governor race. And then I got Kimberly's going after Horn, which I'm not necessarily totally against spiritually on that. But tell me what's the party looking like overall with all of that going on right now? And I got Rodney and Peterson for Attorney General. What is this? What are the sides of the Republican Party statewide look like going into 2026? I guess is my question.
Well, you know what? I don't think anybody's really paying attention to that yet. I think the bigger issue right now, and probably the most important issue is the mega movement getting fractured by the Epstein files? Right. And so, what is the impact that has on the Republican Party? So if there was ever an opportunity for, Elon Musk, if there was ever an opportunity for Elon Musk to step up and start another party, the longer the conspiracies build on this Epstein files stuff, with suspicion, so goes trust. So when you have, and this is in organizations, by the way, we know this because we're in business. When somebody is suspicious of their manager, they don't trust them. When someone is suspicious of Bondi, Kash Patel, Bongino, and by association Trump, then they don't trust them. And when we have a breach of trust, that's when we start fracturing. And that's where we are right now. We're on the cusp of that. So we've got a lot going on with that issue. Even though, all of us have seen the price of eggs go down, we've seen, our pocketbooks are a little bit thicker. Things are going well in that vein. We love to fight the issues. So we've got that fight. And by the way, if you haven't watched, Daniel McCarthy, the originator of the Patriot Party, is back on the scene.
Wow.
So we still have all the signatures. For those of your listeners who signed the Patriot Party petition, we still have all of those. And I'm sure Daniel does too. So he'll probably be getting in touch with you soon. So we've got that coming out. So we've got Daniel McCarthy working here in Arizona. We've got We the People. We have this fight with Turning Point and with the AZGOP going on. So
about that, what's the fight about?
Power and control. Very simple. Biblical. Power and control. It's all about power and control. And so that's where we are. So when you just look, we've got a lot of players that play here in Arizona. We've got Turning Point. We've got AZ Free Enterprise. They're a strong player. we've got the Arizona GOP. We actually have 64 different groups operating post 2020. Remember, a lot of this spread up, popped up because of election integrity. So we've got Turning Point's a big player. We've got AZGOP is a big player. I'm gonna add AZ Free Enterprise as a player, but I think they work with the party and they work with Turning Point. And then we've got the We the People group. And there is some speculation that they're associated with the Flynn group. So we've got all these different factions working in the party. And then the party is then, for years, we've used Campaign Sidekick. And now we've introduced something called Voter Spectrum. And
Spectrum?
So Voter Spectrum is another app that we use for door knocking. Now, the interesting thing about Voter Spectrum is being pushed out by the Maricopa County Republican Committee. And so they've populated it with the data from Maricopa County. And interestingly, Pima County has endorsed Voter Spectrum as the app they're going to use. Now, imagine if you're a Juan Ciscomani, the most powerful man from Arizona in Washington, D.C. Now, you've got one group of PCs using Voter Spectrum. Your campaign is using Campaign Sidekick. Where does that data talk to each other? Now, we're all talking about AI. And if you want to talk about AI and you're, if you're using Claude or ChatGPT or any of those folks, what's happening is all that data is getting formulated and it's starting to think like a human. What the Republicans are doing is they're keeping separate pots of data and not letting them talk to each other. So what do you think that does to us? We're at a point right now where we need somebody to drop the gauntlet and say, you know what? This is how it's going to be. And this is what we're going to do. We need to get people in the room sitting around the table that may not like each other, but they need to get over it and they need to communicate. And they need to talk about what do we need to do to win. I am not tired of winning yet. I like winning and I want to win in Arizona. And if we don't start doing some of these things, my statement that Yavapai, Mojave, no matter what they do, Cochise, listen, I because I'm in LD 19 now, I see what goes on down in Cochise County. And I'm going to give a shout out to Robert Montgomery and Judy Smith. Those guys pulled off the most awesome Lincoln Day dinner. And from Steve Montenegro to Andy Biggs to Juan Ciscomani to Gina Swoboda to 250 people in a room with great food, it was a fun night. So there's opportunities, there's pockets for us to do this, but we've got to get our act together and we need to get all 15 counties on board working together, or it won't matter about KTR. So I'm swinging back to you, Chris. Won't matter about KTR and Andy Biggs because we're going to be sitting with Katie Hobbs for another 4 years.
Talk about any kind of risk that you see with Juan Ciscomani right now.
Well, there's definitely risk. There's a couple of things that could cause an issue in Juan's campaign. Number one, if Deja Fox becomes Deja Vu and we see her again, then what we're going to see is we're going to see her ginning up her following. That just means that they're going to be getting out Democrats to vote. Now, even though that's in CD7, it impacts in CD6. So that's one issue. I personally do not think that Joe Mendoza is a strong candidate, but they're pouring a lot of money into her. I think she's underperforming and they're going to be disappointed, but they're still nonetheless going to take national big money and dump it in against Juan. So the independent expenditures against Juan. And let's be real clear. They're doing this because, again, Juan is very powerful in Washington, D.C. Juan is on the Appropriations Committee. Juan is in the positions that a strong, more senior politician or congressman would be in. But everyone recognized Juan's ability to work across the aisle to get things done. And so the Democrats got to get him out of there, because if not, he just gets stronger. And he could keep bringing more and more Republicans to the table. So again, what are the Democrats going to be doing? They're going to be registering voters. We need to register voters. We absolutely need. If we do one thing, we should be having voter registrations everywhere.
How likely is it we shoot ourselves in the foot again in CD6 and people start running in the primaries against Juan?
5%.
Okay.
Hey, I do have a caller on the line, Charles.
Charles, go ahead.
I think that all the noise, the smoke about Jeffrey Epstein is a tremendous distraction. There have been perverts in society since time immemorial. It's not new. What difference, to quote Hillary, what difference at this point does it make who's on the blasted client list or whether it exists or not? Why don't we focus on doing what Shelley's talking about and register people?
Well, it's back to the trust issue.
Yeah. And remember, a lot of what we saw come out of the Patriot Party is, and I'll never forget, I was at a Patriot Party meeting, and one of the leaders of the Patriot Party said, if you don't run a candidate that is conservative enough, we will run a candidate against your candidate. We're not trying to take over the Republican Party. We're just trying to make sure that you have conservative enough candidates. Now, I don't know what that litmus test is, because people have called me a rhino, and I am so fiscally conservative that if I really let my true feelings out, Andy Biggs would look like a novice.
Charles, follow up?
No, thank you. That was a good answer.
Great, thank you. So back to Andy Biggs running. How is his campaign looking?
Well, I mean, Andy Biggs has got... Andy's doing a great job in one area. He has an army of people that if KTR puts anything up on X, they are all over it saying, vote for Biggs. He's got an army of people that are working his social media and pushing his name out there. He's got an army of people within the precinct committeeman ranks who support him. But here's what it's going to come down to. That's not the only people who vote. I could go to the soccer field tonight and I could talk to 10 moms and dads and say, who are you going to vote for, Andy Biggs or Karen Taylor Robeson? And they would say, for what?
No, it's true.
They don't know them yet.
So in May, I spoke to the Quail Creek Republicans, which is your home crew over there. And
Thank you.
I was fascinated by the general sense of the room is they didn't think KTR or Andy could win a statewide race. Was interesting. I thought they'd be Andy. I thought they'd be pro Andy. Like, Andy's our guy. It's not they don't like Andy. They like Andy. But the take was they didn't think Andy could raise enough money and win appeal in a statewide race. And the same with KTR.
They didn't think she could raise enough money?
No, that she wouldn't be appealable on a statewide basis kind of thing. So, Shelley, what do you think about that?
Well, you know what? It's going to take a candidate that can win a statewide race. And the way you win a statewide race is with the money to do mailers, TV, OTT, radio, live the dream media. That's how you win a statewide race. And I think KTR will have that money. Andy came out with there was a big buy by Turning Point. There was a big buy, $500,000 media buy by Turning Point right out of the gate. And that was certainly helpful for Andy. Let's see if they can keep doing that every month or if Andy can win raise a lot of money.
So you've got Turning Point supporting Andy. Are they all supporting KTR or no?
No, they are not supporting KTR.
So how does somebody? Let's get back to precinct committeemen for a minute. What should they be doing right now?
Registering voters.
There's a lot of people that don't know what a precinct committeeman is or what their responsibility is.
There's two things that a precinct committeeman does. They register voters and they get out the vote. And a precinct committeeman is someone who is elected by the constituents within their precinct. So I live in precinct 84, and actually precinct 84, we were on the ballot and had to get elected. We were authorized 24 PCs. We had 27 people who wanted to run. So we had to go on the ballot, just like any other candidate, and get elected. So we have 24 precinct committeemen, and we just had a voter registration on the 4th of July. And I think we actually registered that day 9 voters, and we had gotten 23 new voters prior to that.
And
So the key,
where did you do this?
we did it right here in Quail Creek. They had a 4th of July thing, so we set up a table and we just talked to people. And we see a lot of people that come and say, you know what, I think I need to check my voter registration. And they find out that maybe they're an independent and they want to be a Republican. But yeah, that's what we do. And we talk to them and we tell them about the Quail Creek Republican Club if they're interested. A voter registration is nonpartisan. So if someone tells us, I want to register as a Democrat, we are there to help them register as a Democrat.
How many precincts don't have a full complement of precinct committeemen?
I would say about 60 to 70. Well, I'm going to go with 70%. We have precincts in Pima County that have 0 precinct committeemen.
Oh. Okay, so now they can be appointed. They don't have to be elected, correct?
They can be appointed. So at this point in the cycle, they can be appointed. Their name goes in to the Board of Supervisors and they make that appointment. Yeah, the key is, there's one thing, I think right now we've got about 600 PCs. We're authorized about 1,600 PCs. So the key is you want to have PCs that are going to work. You don't want paper PCs. You're in charge of 125 people, and if your 125 people don't know you by name, something's wrong. You haven't contacted them enough. You're not doing your job.
So I see the splintering of the Republican Party in Pima County is real, right? Everyone has their club, right? No club is much bigger than the other is the way I look at it, whether it's the Tucson Women Republican, the Pima County Women Republican, or even the party themselves isn't any bigger in their efforts than what I see in these other clubs. So how do we move forward with 9 clubs doing their thing? Because there is I see no unification in the Republican Party in Southern Arizona. So, or am I just being a little negative Nelly, Shelley?
You're not. I don't think you're a negative, Nelly. I think what we need now is we need people to stop operating in politics with their egos. If you're going to be a precinct committeeman, believe me, there's just not a whole lot of glory in it. I think the most effective thing for precinct committeemen actually should be weight loss, because you should be walking those neighbors and talking to those 125. So, I mean, when we look at what we're going to do, there doesn't seem to be any strategic plan in the county that I'm aware of. But again, I'm not sitting in the county chair seat, so I don't know. But there doesn't seem to be any plan. I haven't, as the secretary of LD19, all I've seen in LD19 up until most recently was fighting. I mean, I didn't even go to the LD19 meetings. I mean, they ended up in police getting called and things like that. I'm just not into that. We need to get somebody who sits all the club presidents down at the table. And Chris, you know this. When I was chairman, I called in all the club presidents and I said, what can I do for you? And let's talk about what you can do for me.
Yeah.
And clubs should be registering voters.
Let's take this to the state level. We need somebody at the state level to do that with all the counties as well.
Who's going to do that, Ed Wilkinson?
Chris, I've got a full-time job, but I nominate you.
Thank you. I got another thing I got to fix out there. God bless me.
Yeah.
Because
we're fractured.
My wife once in a while.
You're correct. We're fractured all over the place.
Yep.
It's terrible. We can't get out of our own way.
The sad part is there's no really one common respected leader statewide that I see that everyone would want to run up a hill with. That's
the bottom line.
Yeah. So
that's the bottom line.
Well, I will say that Gina Swoboda's probably right now giving it her best shot to fight off all the arguments. Excuse me. And there's some pretty nasty things that get said, and I'm not sure why we do that, but we tend to do that. If we would just say, you know what, everybody in this organization is a volunteer, and let's give it our volunteer best. And on the side, we're raising kids, we're running businesses, we're working jobs, we're grandmas and grandpas. You know what? Give me as much time as you can.
And that's the thing. It's a volunteer organization. Shelley Keiss, we got to go. Thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to having you on again. Let's keep in touch. Chris, thanks for sitting in. This is great.
My pleasure. Glad I can help out.
And so we're fortunate we had John Catsimatidis on, great American billionaire in New York City. Shelley Keiss, you were outstanding. Thanks again. And until next week, we look forward to seeing everybody in 167 hours. Thanks for playing.
Bye,
Thank
Shelley.
you so much.
Bye, guys.